a group of tourists want to come and meet Jesus. They've heard about his resurrection power, raising Lazarus from the dead. They're there for the big Passover festival. And while they're there, they want to do some sightseeing, including maybe, just maybe, meeting this Messiah that everybody is talking about. And so in John 12:20, they come to Philip, and Philip goes to Andrew, and Andrew says, Jesus, these people want to meet with you, right? So they figure their way into like getting access to Jesus himself, which, he's quite the VIP, right? Everybody wants to talk to him. Everybody wants to see this spectacle, this potential Messiah. And this is how Jesus replies when he finds out a bunch of fanboys want to talk to him. He says, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant also will be. My Father will honor the one who serves me." What a bizarre answer to a very direct question. He could have just said, "No thanks." Instead, to Andrew and Philip, he gets into this conversation that gets really deep really fast. Now, we have to remember that the disciples, fanboys, the crowd in general, they don't understand what's about to happen, but Jesus certainly does. And although Jesus is relaxed, he's also laser focused. He knows his purpose. He knows why he has come. He knows what he needs to do. He knows the one who's calling him to do it, his Father, and he knows what it will bring. But in all of this purpose, he also knows that he's about to endure incredible suffering and pain, and there are many reasons for him to avoid it. He could have used his power, his divine power, to completely get out of this mess. He could have called angels to release him a long time ago. And certainly those thoughts may cross his mind in the days ahead during this Holy Week, but for him, he is resolutely focused. He's just fixated on what he needs to do, and nothing will distract him from his God-given purpose. And you and I benefit from that today. Now, what are we supposed to do with that? Well, a couple things. One, just be in the story. We have to remember that for Jesus, this Tuesday is different than your Tuesday and my Tuesday. Today, we're buying peanut butter eggs and getting ready for the weekend. The kids are off to school, and we're just going about our day. But for him, this is his last Tuesday on earth as he has known it at this point. So Jesus, in his focus, is one who gives great benefit to us. Now, what are we supposed to do besides receive this gift of salvation? You and I, as his followers, have to model after this and say, you know what? I know whose I am. I know who sent me, what I'm supposed to do, why I'm doing it, and I know what it will bring. So what is it that you and I are supposed to do? We can't save the world. Jesus has already done that through his sacrifice. What you and I do now is we live that focused life as well. We figure out what's most important. And anything in this life is not as important as Jesus. He says something very chilling. I read it earlier. He says, anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Now, I don't know many positive thinkers or gurus who would advise you to hate your life. If anything, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to love our lives and make the most of every day, and that's good. But what Jesus is saying is we must love him and obedience to him more than we love anything we have here. The mission that God has us on as his followers has nothing to do with comfort and convenience. It has nothing to do with our desires. All of those things are set aside. Our greatest desire is to follow God. The convenience of this is he will tell us what to do and where to go if we're listening. And the comfort is in this, not what we experience here, because he probably won't rescue us from all the pain. The convenience and the comfort is in the fact that we are pleasing God the Father. And later on, Jesus prays like this. He says, my soul is troubled. He's actually talking to his guys. He says, my soul is troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? He says, no, it was for this very reason I came to this hour. He says, Father, glorify your name. And then suddenly, dialogically, God speaks in a way that Jesus and everybody else hears. It says that a voice came from heaven. I have glorified it and will glorify it again. The crowd heard it. They said it thundered. They thought it was an angel. They weren't sure what happened. And then Jesus acknowledges the moment and says that voice was for your benefit, not mine. Man, I would so love to have that kind of simple faith and that kind of assurance from God. I've never heard him speak, But Jesus says that wasn't for me, you guys. I didn't need that, pump in the veins to really keep me going. That was for you all to hear. That was for you and I to hear today, that God is about to glorify his Son. But the way he's going to do it is not one of comfort or convenience at all. It's of obedience. And you and I are meant to live the same way. That's RadCast.